River's no way. Hi guys, we're back here, Wes with Way Out West Outdoors. Today we're going to do a little segment on what I use on the river for shooting videos and kind of what is involved in my setup for each of those different things. The first thing I want to talk about is the second camera that I've got for this year. This is the GoPro Hero 13 Black, and I got it with the ultra wide lens package. Right now I've got it set up with a standard lens just for shooting the rest of this segment and video on gear reviews. So I've got a front screen that you just saw, the main back screen that you'll see the recordings on. I've got a piece of string or duck twine, decoy twine, tied around the bottom that I'll use as a tether that I will attach that to the mounts that I've got on the boat as an added layer of protection for it. This video's got quite a bit of capabilities to it. There's a ton of different options you can use. I've got it set up to shoot river trips at 4K, 60 feet per second. And I've also found a mount, this guy right here, to go on the tripods. So when I'm at camp, I can set it up to run time lapse. I can use it to film camp scenes. And this is the smaller of my two tripods. I only got one section of legs extended. I can extend another section if I needed to. This is the other tripod I use. It's actually from Vortex, and I use it for my spotting scope. It's got the same adapter here on top, so I can interchange them out pretty quickly and easily. For that GoPro Hero 13 Black, this is what I use, that I rigged to the front of my boat. I adjusted it after the last video I shot. That was for the November trip on the South Fork of the Snake. So you can go check that video out too. And this one gets rigged down on a 3-point system, potentially 4 if I needed to. And then it's got the same top up here for quick and easy change out. All right, since we're still talking about the GoPro Hero 13 Black, I've got it here in its own case. This is a hard-sided case that I use for both of my cameras. Each of the cameras has a little soft bag that they ride in when I'm not using them on the river. And this is the wide angle lens. It actually comes with this wide angle lens attached to the camera. The standard lens comes separate. They've all got plastic little coverings for it. This GoPro Max 13 or GoPro Hero 13 runs about $425 on a Prime Days Amazon deal. Normally it'll be closer to $475, $500 range. The next camera I use is the GoPro Max. This is the first version of the Max. It's a 360-degree camera, and this one rides on the front mount, the one with the base, the wide base on it. You can see it wrapped around the base there. This one actually has the same tether as the Hero 13 does, so I can add one more layer of security to it. On those mounts you saw with the PVC, they were wrapped in pool noodles. Last year I snapped one of them off. Luckily I was at the takeout, so it landed just in some shallow ankle deep water. But I added those in case I snap one off like mid-river, trying to give it a little extra flotation. That one also rides in its own little hard case. I've got a third GoPro bag. This one I'll add in. If I end up getting a third, or I go on a hike and I want a little different view, I'll use the head mount, and I don't have a quick attach on that one, so it'll take just a couple of minutes longer to attach a camera to there. But that's an option I've got available. I've also got a waterproof case. I carry extra SD cards in here. I run all 256 gigabyte cards. There's enough in here for a spare for the Hero 13 Black, the Max, and for the DJI Drone that we'll show here in a minute. And then I've also got spare accessories, different attachments. I keep the Allen wrench in here in case I need to put on the head mount or take the base off of the camera for some reason. The last accessory I use for the GoPro for my shooting system is the handle. This is a floating handle, and when it floats, it'll float with that orange end up, so it makes it easier to see if it gets swept into an eddy or something, or it makes a little shadow, something harder to see. The third point of view that I use, this is the DJI Drone. It's the Mini 4K, and I got this as a package deal. It's called the Fly More package, and it comes with 2 extra batteries and 3 batteries. So you take the battery out of this one and put it in the charger, the 3 battery charger, and it'll charge them all up. Not at the same time, it'll go through individually and charge each battery one at a time, but it does make it handy so you can set it and forget it. This one also has a USB-A and a USB-C outlet on it. The USB-A, or I guess really either one of them, could be used as an outlet as well, so you can use these batteries to charge up a phone. If I had to charge up my GoPros off of this as well. And then on the controller, the little joysticks are both down here in the bottom. They come off really easy and stored here. These are really secure, so you don't have to worry about them falling out. You take them out of the handles and it makes it really easy to store, so it's nice and flat and flush. This handle's got 3 different modes on it: a cinematic, a standard, and then sport mode. The sport mode, it zips. And this is a great drone for first-time flyers, which I am. And so the cinematic view, I think it captures videos better, or how the drone responds to the inputs from the joysticks is smoother and slower, and it's less responsive. But for getting good quality video, I feel that that's a better deal. Your phone will go right in there. And then there's also a cord in there here. That'll attach to your phone. Download the app. Then your phone will talk to the controller. You can see there's quite a bit of information that that app gives you. So it makes it really super easy to fly, to see where you are. And I had the drone out quite a ways the first time I flew it, and it comes back just fine. There's a return to home feature, but there's no follow me feature on that DJI Mini 4K. But it's a super forgiving drone, and it's been super fun to fly so far. The next thing you might be wondering is, how do I keep all this stuff charged? So last year and the year before, I used the Goal Zero solar system setup. Comes with a 10-watt solar charger, and this folds up and folds down. This will take and charge this up. I start with a full charge before I leave the house on a trip, and this solar panel will charge this back up from roughly 25% to full charge in about 12 hours. So what that meant for me was that the first trip I used it on, it worked fine for what we needed. I only had to set the solar panel up in the afternoons, and it kept this up pretty well to where I needed. Lasted a 6-day trip with no cameras the first year, and 3 phones and a couple of vapes. So this lasted the whole trip the first year with minimal needs. This last year, it worked well for 1 GoPro and some other standard stuff, phones and vapes and those kinds of things. This package came with a solar lantern as well. This one's got several options in it. It's got a handle up here you can hang inside your tent. This one also, it gets pretty bright. This one you can also charge a phone, a GoPro, or something like that. Just right off of this guy here. There's another USB-A outlet right in here. This was more used to charge up. You can either use this Goal Zero. This is the smaller, on the smaller end. Not the smallest, but close to it. Inside, there's 2 USB-A's and 1 USB-C charge. The USB-C is the one that I use to charge this back up, whether it's solar panel or at home. Carry all the different assortments. Most of my stuff now has gone to just straight USB-C, but I do keep a couple of the iPhone Lightning chargers as well, just in case somebody has one of those older phones. But everything else I've gone to a USB-C. Keep those all bundled up nice and neat. What I've added this year is a Maxeon 100,000 milliamp hour charger, a charging bank. It's 100 watt hours or 100,000 milliamp hours. 2 USB-Cs, 3 USB-As. And one of the neat features about this one is it will also, see if I can get it to work. It's got a little spotlight feature on it, flashlight. Or it's got a more of an ambient, just set it on your table around camp kind of feature. It's got a display up here. Got a display up here that tells you how much is left, battery percentage, how much it's putting out, how much you can put it in, is getting put in. This one, you can use any one of these USB A or C ports to plug it directly into your power source to charge it back up. The solar panel from the Goal Zero will work. You can plug it into this as well, but it's only barely maybe a maintainer, and it'll take quite a bit of time to get this to charge up, days and days. Goal Zero does make I believe it's a 20 watt, so twice the size of that panel there, that I might end up getting just as a buffer for this one not to get drained out. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know how long it'll last. Supposedly you'll be able to charge one phone up 20 times with this one. So this year I'll have the 2 cameras, a drone, 3 phones, and any other various assortment of things. So this should be quite an upgrade. And then I'll also bring the mini Goal Zero solar panel as well. For my music, waterproof Bose, step like any other Bluetooth speaker. Just connect it to your phone. And I've got a little carabiner on there. This will rig into the straps next to the oarsman seat, and it just rides there on the deck rail. Another piece of safety information, or safety equipment that I'm using this year, is the Garmin InReach Mini 2. And right now I've got the subscription to it turned off. I'll turn it back on in probably June 1st or so, and just run the subscription June, July, August, and September for during elk season. And it's nice, you can turn the subscription back off so you're not paying for it when I'm not out in the wilderness and needing to use it. Hopefully not. These are great. They have a text feature. There's an app on your phone you can use. You can text from your phone through this to a satellite into any one of your contacts. It's got a tracking feature, and then it's down here at the bottom, it's got an SOS button. That'll get the cavalry coming. If you're down in a big dark hole, bust your leg, or if you flip a boat and you got some serious problems, somebody gets really injured on the river, it's a good feature to have. The last thing that I'll show you and go over is this is a Sea to Summit 20-liter dry bag. All of this electronics rides in here and keeps everything nice and dry. When it's all wrapped up, just like any standard top roll dry bag, it'll clip in. And probably what I'll do with this is I'll get a new drop bag for underneath the oarsman seat. This will probably ride in that drop bag and on whatever cameras I need out, so it's pretty easily accessible if I need to change out some accessories or change out a camera, or if I'm going to fly the drone. The drone will ride in this as well and be just tucked away underneath the seat. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, leave me some comments down below of what you guys use in the rivers, what works for you, what type of styles you like to use. Thanks for watching.